Now, days after the suspected poisoning of Russian double agent Sergei Skripal, questions are now being raised about the timing of the incident. After all, Skripal was in a Moscow jail for years. So if the suspicions of poisoning are correct, why was he targeted now? Was it a warning to Western spy agencies? The British media reports go with the theory that the incident could serve as a deterrent to other Russian spies. There is a long and terrifying history of Russian dissidents being poisoned abroad. So Skripal's alleged poisoning by Russians is not the first case, but is certainly a reminder. Take a look.
He was found on a bench in Salisbury in southern England. Foaming at the mouth, he's being treated for suspected exposure to an unknown substance. In other words, officials think he may have been poisoned.
And then the man started throwing up. But it was weird. It wasn't like normally when someone throws up. Like you couldn't see that he was visually throwing up. Like his throat wasn't moving. It was just the vomit was just pouring out of his mouth. And then the woman she was completely pale. The man started to go pale. But my friend, she didn't want to see much more, so we left.
It's only when Sergei Skripal was hospitalized that his true identity was revealed. A Russian double agent who went to Britain as part of a high-profile spy swap. In exchange, 10 Russian agents were handed over to Moscow by the United States. Among them, Anna Chapman, dubbed by the media as Russia's most glamorous secret agent. After Skripal's real identity was revealed, many are asking why he was targeted now. For several years, he was in a Moscow prison, convicted of selling Russian state secrets to the British MI6. The theory doing the rounds in the British media is that the poisoning, if it is indeed proved correct, may be a deterrent aimed at reminding other Russian operatives of the potential risks of working with foreign intelligence agencies. It is unusual, however, to target spies after they have been swapped. One possible reason is that Skripal was being punished for a continuing relationship with British intelligence or the suspicion of one. Russia watchers believe that that's what tipped the balance with Litvinenko, the ex-KGB agent who was murdered with radioactive polonium in London in 2006. In Litvinenko's case, it took weeks to establish that the cause was deliberate poisoning, and it took close to a decade before a public inquiry pointed the finger of blame at the Russian state.
If it does turn out that these two individuals have been targeted with a highly exotic and practically undetectable poison, then that does bear the hallmarks of Russian state involvement. It's not quite the same as murdering them with a sickle through the heart with "Made in USSR" stamped on it, but it does lead a lot more firmly to the conclusion that this is the Russian state involved, given their long-standing program of developing these undetectable poisons which simulate the effects of cardiac arrest, and also, of course, their efforts at making many assassinations look like suicide.
Litvinenko and Skripal were not the only ones, and the attacks happened in Russia and abroad. Poison was slipped into the tea of journalist Anna Politkovskaya on a flight to Caucasus. She survived but was later gunned down in Moscow. Anna was known for her criticism of Vladimir Putin, and her killing is often referred to as the murder that killed free media in Russia. There was also the mysterious death of Boris Berezovsky, a Russian billionaire and Putin's friend turned critic. He was found hanging in his bathroom in the UK, where he had taken asylum after falling out with Putin. Police ruled it a suicide, but US intelligence officials suspected an assassination. Berezovsky's business partner, Badri Patarkachishvili, too died mysteriously. Poison apparently triggered a fatal heart attack. Skripal may just be the latest addition to the long list of those targeted by Russia. Bureau Report, WION.